Welcome to NewHorizonYou, the channel where we dive deep into the essence of what truly makes us happy and how we can transform our lives to find lasting contentment. Today we're embarking on a remarkable journey with Mo Gawdat, the brilliant mind behind the happiness equation that's changing lives around the globe. Mo, a former chief business officer at Google's X, turned his engineering approach to solve one of life's most intricate puzzles: happiness. Despite his astounding success, Mo found himself confronting the depths of despair, leading him on a quest to decipher the true nature of joy. His discoveries are not just enlightening, they're life-saving. So, if you've ever found yourself chasing happiness without ever really feeling like you've caught it, this video is for you. Join us as we explore Mo Gawdat's transformative insights and learn how to apply his happiness algorithm to our own lives. It's time to challenge our perceptions, overcome the illusions that hold us back, and step into a new horizon of understanding and joy. The myth of happiness. In our journey through life, we've been led to believe in a myth so pervasive and deeply ingrained that it shapes our very pursuit of happiness. This myth suggests that happiness is a complex, elusive state, contingent on a series of external achievements and conditions. We're told implicitly and explicitly that happiness is something to be chased, a destination to arrive at through the right mix of success, wealth, and constant positivity. But what if I told you that much of this is a misconception? That the gears we've been turning in our quest for happiness are misaligned, spinning endlessly without truly moving us forward? Survey responses and real desires. Consider a simple survey, one that asked individuals to define their aspirations in 5 words or less. The responses, varied as they were, painted a vivid picture of our collective desires: to be good parents, successful entrepreneurs, wise, healthy, and yes, happy. Yet, when asked to prioritize these desires, happiness often fell to the bottom of the list, overshadowed by ambitions of success and self-improvement. This discrepancy between our stated goal of happiness and our actual pursuit of other objectives reveals a fundamental misunderstanding of what happiness truly entails. The journey to happiness. Unraveling the myth. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast, uncharted territory, the land of true happiness lying beyond the horizon. You've been handed a map, but the directions lead you in circles. The myth of happiness, as we've come to know it, is that very map, a guide filled with inaccuracies leading us astray. The real path to happiness isn't found in the external markers of success we chase after. It's not hidden in the next promotion, the bigger house, or even in the accolades we collect. Instead, happiness is much simpler and, paradoxically, more complex in its simplicity. The survey responses hint at our deep-seated yearnings, not just for happiness, but for fulfillment in various forms. Yet, the prioritization of success over happiness reveals a societal conditioning that equates happiness with the end result of our endeavors, rather than a state we can achieve independently of our external achievements. To truly embark on a journey toward happiness, we must first dismantle the myths that bind us. We must recognize that happiness is not a distant goal to be achieved, but a path to be walked moment by moment. It's not the absence of problems, but the ability to find peace and contentment amidst the chaos of life. As we delve deeper into the understanding of happiness, let us challenge the misconceptions that have long directed our steps. Let us redefine happiness not as a destination to be reached, but as a way of traveling through life. With each step forward, we uncover a little more of the truth about happiness, that it lies not in the external world of things and achievements, but within us, in the quiet moments of gratitude, in the acts of kindness, and in the acceptance of life in all its complexity. In unraveling the myth of happiness, we embark on a true journey of discovery, one that leads us back to ourselves and to the simple joys that make life truly worth living. The insurance policy mentality. Our upbringing plays a crucial role in shaping our pursuit of happiness. Dubbed the insurance policy mentality, this approach instills in us the belief that hard work, success, and accumulation of wealth are prerequisites for happiness. From a young age, we're taught to delay gratification, to strive for success with the promise that happiness will follow as a reward for our achievements. This mentality ingrains a linear narrative in our minds: education, career, success, and then finally happiness. But life's reality often contradicts this narrative. Success does not guarantee happiness. This realization prompts us to question, if the formula we've been following is flawed, what then is the true equation for happiness? Solving for happiness. The revelation that happiness does not necessarily follow success like a shadow leads us to a pivotal moment of re-evaluation. What if, instead of solving for success, we directly solve for happiness? This approach requires a paradigm shift, a reorientation of our goals and efforts towards activities and mindsets that foster happiness. It's about identifying what genuinely brings us joy, peace, and fulfillment, and making those the cornerstone of our lives. This doesn't mean abandoning ambition or success, but redefining them in a way that happiness becomes not the end goal, but the journey itself. The path forward, understanding and overcoming illusions. As we venture further into the heart of happiness, we encounter obstacles, illusions that distort our perception of happiness. These illusions, deeply embedded in our psyche, often go unquestioned, yet they steer us away from our quest for genuine happiness. Overcoming the 6 grand illusions. The belief that we have control over every aspect of our lives leads to frustration and unhappiness when life inevitably proves us wrong. Recognizing the limits of our control and focusing on what we can influence, our reactions and mindset, can liberate us from this illusion. The chase for material success and possessions as sources of happiness is a mirage. While comfort and security are important, they do not equate to happiness. True joy often lies in experiences, relationships, and personal growth. The pursuit of perfection is a recipe for dissatisfaction. Embracing imperfection, celebrating progress, and finding beauty in the flaws of life and ourselves can lead to a more contented existence. Believing we are entirely self-sufficient beings ignores our inherent need for connection and community. Happiness often flourishes in the soil of relationships and shared experiences. Defining ourselves by our roles, achievements, or social masks can lead to a fragile sense of self. Discovering and connecting with our authentic selves beyond these labels is key to lasting happiness. Fear of failure, rejection, or the unknown can paralyze us, preventing us from pursuing what truly makes us happy. Facing our fears with courage and openness can lead us to new horizons of happiness. A journey within. The journey to happiness is not about external conquests, but an inward exploration. It's about dismantling the myths, challenging the illusions, and redefining our understanding of success and fulfillment. As we peel away the layers of misconceptions, we discover that happiness is not a distant treasure to be unearthed, but a path we create with each step, each choice, and each moment of awareness. In this quest, let us be guided not by societal scripts or external validations, but by our inner compass, pointing towards what truly matters. Let us find joy in the simple, peace in the present, and fulfillment in the connections we nurture. For in the end, happiness is not just a destination, but a way of being, a light that shines from within, illuminating our path and the world around us. Why happiness is hard to find. The journey to uncover happiness often leads us astray, not because happiness is inherently elusive, but because our search is misdirected. The crux of the issue lies in our collective belief system that happiness is an external prize, attainable through a series of accomplishments or the accumulation of worldly possessions. This belief steers us toward a never-ending chase, where each achievement only heightens the thirst for more, leaving a void that was supposed to be filled with joy. The real challenge, therefore, is not in finding happiness, but in understanding its true nature and origin. Happiness is a state of being that flourishes from within, nurtured by our perceptions, attitudes, and the small joys of everyday life. Recognizing this shifts the quest for happiness from an external pursuit to an internal exploration, where the focus is on cultivating a mindset that embraces life's simple pleasures and finds contentment in the present moment. The biggest myth about happiness. At the heart of our collective struggle with happiness lies a pervasive myth, the belief that happiness is a destination to be reached through external means. This myth propels us on a quest filled with milestones and material gains, each promising the key to lasting happiness. Yet this approach is fundamentally flawed, as it places happiness just beyond reach, always contingent on the next achievement or acquisition. The revelation that happiness is not an external commodity, but an internal state challenges us to rethink our strategies for achieving it. Happiness, in its essence, is about the absence of unhappiness, not the accumulation of positive experiences or possessions. It is the default state of being, accessible when we strip away the layers of discontent and dissatisfaction imposed by our misconceptions and societal pressures. Understanding this myth and moving beyond it opens the door to a more authentic and sustainable pursuit of happiness, one that recognizes the inherent joy in simply being and the power of our internal landscape to shape our happiness. What is happiness? Happiness, often envisioned as a complex state to achieve, is fundamentally a simple and accessible condition rooted in our daily existence. It's the serene contentment that comes not from external accolades or possessions, but from a deep sense of peace and satisfaction with life as it unfolds. Happiness manifests in the appreciation of the present moment, the warmth of genuine connections, and the fulfillment found in pursuing passions and purposes aligned with one's values. It thrives on gratitude for the myriad of small blessings that life offers, moments often overlooked in the pursuit of grand achievements. This understanding of happiness invites a shift in perspective, from seeking happiness as a distant goal to recognizing it in the here and now, in the simplicity of living and the beauty of being. It's about realizing that happiness is not a byproduct of conditions, but a state of mind cultivated by focusing on what truly matters and letting go of the relentless pursuit of what we are conditioned to believe will make us happy. The blank brain test. The concept of the blank brain test offers a fascinating insight into the nature of happiness and the role of our thoughts in shaping our emotional state. This test underscores the idea that happiness is not merely influenced by external events, but significantly by our internal dialogue and the narratives we tell ourselves about these events. By momentarily suspending our thoughts, as demonstrated in the test, we can observe a return to our default state of contentment and joy, revealing that our natural disposition is towards happiness. This experiment highlights the power of our minds to affect our well-being and suggests that the path to happiness often involves managing our thoughts and reactions to life's events. It invites us to consider that perhaps happiness is not about changing our external circumstances, but about adjusting our internal responses. By cultivating mindfulness and learning to direct our thoughts in a more positive and constructive manner, we can enhance our ability to access happiness, underscoring the idea that happiness is less about what happens to us and more about how we choose to respond. Pain versus suffering. The distinction between pain and suffering is a critical concept in understanding the dynamics of happiness. Pain, a natural and inevitable part of the human experience, is a direct response to a stimulus, often serving as a signal that something needs our attention. It is immediate, tangible, and often unavoidable. Suffering, on the other hand, is the narrative we attach to this pain. It's the story we tell ourselves about what this pain means for our lives, our identities, and our futures. Suffering is thus not an inherent consequence of pain, but a product of our thoughts and perceptions surrounding it. This differentiation highlights a profound truth. While we may not always have control over the pain we experience, we do have a choice in how much we allow it to define us and our state of happiness. Suffering is optional, a result of our resistance to pain, our refusal to accept it, and our insistence on replaying it in our minds. By recognizing this distinction, we can learn to accept pain without letting it morph into prolonged suffering. This acceptance involves acknowledging pain, learning from it, and then letting it go rather than allowing it to become a source of ongoing unhappiness. It's a testament to the power of our mindset and the role of acceptance in cultivating a happier, more resilient life. The stages of thought and suffering. Exploring the stages of thought and suffering offers insight into how our mental processes influence our happiness. These stages range from incessant, uncontrolled thinking, often about past regrets or future anxieties, to moments of clarity and presence where thoughts are acknowledged but not allowed to dominate our experience. The journey through these stages is a reflection of our ability to manage our internal dialogue and its impact on our well-being. Incessant thought. This stage is characterized by a continuous stream of thoughts, many of which are negative or unproductive, leading to a state of chronic unhappiness or dissatisfaction. It's a common trap that ensnares many, as our minds become cluttered with worries, fears, and hypotheticals that distance us from the present moment. Clarity of thought. Achieving clarity of thought means gaining insight into the nature of our thinking patterns and learning to distinguish helpful thoughts from harmful ones. It involves cultivating mindfulness and presence, allowing us to observe our thoughts without becoming entangled in them. Directed thought. In this stage, we learn to direct our thoughts towards more constructive and positive ends. It's about harnessing the power of our minds to focus on solutions, growth, and gratitude, rather than dwelling on problems or perceived deficiencies. Transcendent thought. The most advanced stage, transcendent thought, is where we transcend the need for constant mental chatter and find peace in stillness. This stage is marked by a deep sense of connection with the present moment, an acceptance of life as it is, and a profound understanding that happiness is a state of being, not a set of external conditions to be met. Navigating through these stages requires awareness, practice, and a willingness to confront and transform our habitual thought patterns. It's a process of learning to quiet the mind, focus on the present, and cultivate a state of inner peace and contentment, regardless of external circumstances. This journey through the stages of thought and suffering is not just about mitigating unhappiness, but about unlocking a deeper, more enduring form of happiness that is rooted in our very being. The path to joy, understanding and overcoming illusions. The culmination of our exploration into happiness brings us to a pivotal understanding. The path to joy is both an inward journey and a process of dismantling the illusions that cloud our perception of happiness. These illusions, be they about success, control, perfection, or external validation, serve as barriers to our intrinsic joy, leading us down paths that diverge from our true source of contentment. To embark on this path to joy, we must first recognize that happiness is not an external treasure to be sought after, but a natural state to be uncovered within ourselves. It requires peeling back the layers of misconceptions and societal narratives that have obscured our understanding of what it means to be truly happy. This process involves a deep introspection and a willingness to question the beliefs and values we've held unquestioned for so long. Overcoming these illusions doesn't happen overnight. It is a gradual process of reorienting our thoughts, attitudes, and actions towards practices that nurture our well-being. This includes cultivating mindfulness, fostering gratitude, embracing imperfection, and finding meaning and purpose in our daily lives. It's about learning to appreciate the present moment, to find joy in the simplicity of being, and to connect deeply with ourselves and others. Moreover, this journey towards joy is marked by the realization that happiness is not a constant state, but a fluctuating experience enriched by the full spectrum of human emotions. Accepting this variability allows us to embrace life more fully, to learn from our experiences, and to grow in resilience and compassion. In conclusion, the path to joy is a journey of unlearning as much as it is of learning. It's about shedding the weight of false beliefs and embracing the lightness of being that comes from true happiness. As we navigate this path, we discover that joy is not a distant goal, but a companion on our journey, a state of being that illuminates our lives with its warmth and radiance. This journey, with its challenges and revelations, ultimately leads us to a deeper understanding of ourselves and a more profound connection with the essence of happiness. Thank you for exploring the depths of happiness with us and Mo Gawdat's life-changing insights. We've ventured beyond the myths, uncovering a path to genuine joy and self-discovery. At NewHorizonYou, our journey is about more than just understanding. It's about transforming our lives. How will you apply Mo's happiness algorithm to your daily life? What myth about happiness are you ready to let go of? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. If you found value in our journey today, give us a like, share this video, and don't forget to subscribe for more transformative content. Here's to finding our path to joy together. Until next time, embrace your new horizon, you.